Hello, and welcome back to More Meet Arthur. I'm Dan.
I'm Mickey.
So, don't know what order these are coming out in. We just did a drum brand tier list. And we're going to do a guitar brand tier list because I know more about these than I do drums.
And we want free stuff.
We want free stuff. If you're on this list right here, you see, send us free stuff.
Yeah, if we put you in S tier, you should thank us by sending us free stuff.
Yeah.
If we put you below that, prove us wrong by sending us free
Obviously, our opinion on guitars is the most important. So, you know.
Yeah, our opinion means absolutely nothing. If you enjoy these brands, that's all that matters.
Starting off, I have no idea what that is.
Bass.
The bass.
It's in the wrong group, innit?
But
I'll be honest, I don't know the first four of these.
Okay.
Do you?
Nope. Oh. It's just going to come to... yeah, sorry, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's not bass.
It's
There's
probably
definitely
missing something,
more.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know these either.
No. Aogile guitars?
I like the logo.
Pretty. No. Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
No.
Is that, yeah, okay, we're going to put you in E tier. Which I'm going to...
I can't even read this one.
I have no idea. Don't know. BC Rich. You don't know BC Rich?
No.
You will do if I show you. They make like the Warlock and those kind of things, which is exactly what you probably expect it to be. They're fun.
Oh, dear.
I wouldn't own one
No.
personally.
Do you know what? I saw a video of this one here.
That's a classic guitar. That's the Warlock.
I saw it. Somebody was taking it out of a hard case, and they were like, "Thanks." What's the airline in America that everyone hates when it comes to moving stuff around?
I don't know.
Well, they were like, "Thanks, you guys," and they'd like snapped off one of the ends of it, but it was in a hard case, and everyone was like, "I'm not gonna lie,
They
like."
must have taken it out and smashed it off or something.
No, not even that. It was like, that's a design fault.
Oh.
That's not.
Yeah, they've got the...
That's
some
not
of
the
them have got
airline.
bent necks like Gibsons.
Yeah, I just like,
Okay.
if you put a Strat or something in that case and then put it on an aeroplane, it would be fine. It should be fine in that case. So, yeah.
When I was 15 or 14, I thought BC Rich is really cool. I don't anymore. So I'm going to put them in E tier. They're not good guitars. That being said, I've only played cheap ones.
Yeah.
I imagine high-end ones are amazing works of art, but I don't care. Chapman guitars, I like Chapman guitars. I think I like the ones that have got like the clear finish. So like the matte finish where you can see the grain through the wood. Like the Telecaster, I think it's like the ML3 maybe, with the P90s. I think that's a really cool guitar. Would I own one? No. Do I care? Not really. But he sold a lot of them. A lot of people have them. They're really affordable for what they are. Genuinely, like, the quality for what they are. So I'm going to put them in D tier.
Okay. It's the dude off Anderson's, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he... What the heck?
Okay, we can't actually read that one. Great logo, guys.
Oh, it's Charvel. Charvel, I said it earlier. They have a place in my heart which I don't understand. Hair metal guitars, you got the dive bombs and crazy humbuckers, and I there's a pink one, I can't remember what model it is, with the white pickups that I really want. God. Out of all of the kind of like metal style guitars, I'd probably put them more towards the higher end because I really enjoy them. But you don't like them.
I have no experience, but yeah, I'm not huge on metal guitars.
It's not metal guitar. That's the one. Oh, it's gone. I mean, they're just, yeah, your typical 80s rock.
Yeah.
If I just Charvel pink guitar. Hell yeah, look at that beautiful thing right there. Oh,
You
yeah.
went for the lefty?
Yep, I'm
What's
going
wrong with
left-handed.
you? Get out of here.
You happy for me to put him in C tier?
You do you, my guy.
Oh, it's become my list now. You're just along for the ride. Dean, yeah, E tier. Disgusting guitars. Have you seen Dean guitars?
Never heard of Dean guitar.
Cool.
This is going great.
You'll love this.
Oh no!
The ones with the flames and the lightning bolts and all that stuff. Which,
Mate. How did when we played Keith's Flying V, I was like, how do people play this guitar? It's so hard. It's so weird to play. So to see these, I'm just like, how is that? How can you get comfy playing that? I guess you don't really move your arm, do you? You just hold it there, go dun 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 dun.
that's metal.
Yep.
You smash that.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Barracuda.
don't like Deans. I think they're awful. I had put Deans below BC Rich's. Line 6. So I didn't know that Line 6 did guitars until Jack, our old guitarist, turned up.
Oh yeah, with the Les Paul.
Yeah, and it had like massive circuitry and all kinds of stuff in it. It was a really cool guitar.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Obviously make fantastic pedals.
Yeah.
But
That's our only experience. It was a cool Les Paul, to be fair, but I don't know any. What's the 24 fret one upstairs?
I've no idea. 24 frets isn't that like different. There's Fenders with 24 frets.
I have no idea of any other Line 6 stuff.
Yeah, I'm happy to put that in a D tier, just because.
That Les Paul was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Epiphone.
these go.
Sorry, go on.
Are they S tier?
No.
It came. Sorry, it came before Gibson, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a different company. They used to make acoustics. So if you've played Epiphone acoustics or hollow bodies, they're phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about Epiphone and Squier, more Squier than Epiphone, is the barrier to entry is so low now that you can get a really, really good guitar for £100, £200. And even if you go second hand, you can get one of the higher mid-range or whatever you want to call it, Epiphones for £200 if you're lucky.
Yeah, like the dots and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the new models of them with the new headstocks are great. We've had a look at a bunch of them. I haven't played them. No, we did. We played them at a guitar show in Birmingham. I think at the stall. This is so rogue.
The Epiphone stall?
No, there wasn't Epiphone stall. You wasn't there. Never mind. It was with my friends, Bear Effects. So don't worry about that. But I'd put them in A tier.
Epiphone?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Good guitars.
Really
when
good guitars.
I was learning guitar, the quality of Epiphones weren't great. And like I didn't know anything about guitars, but I'd pick them up, a lot of them, like even the more higher end ones, and be like, "Oh, something's wrong about this," and it would be like the frets were bad, like the nut was out of place, just like they weren't put together well. But now they're phenomenal. Some of them are probably better than some of the Gibsons.
Yeah, I played at Epiphone 335 in Gig Gear the other day.
Shout out Gig Gear. If you are in Harlow or Essex, go check them out.
Yep. They had like a second-hand one that they were selling, and I was shocked at how good that guitar was.
Yeah. I have never met a Music Man player, and this, maybe it's to do with the brand, maybe it's to do, but genuinely they're all assholes. I went to uni and like so many of them played Music Men, and they'd like take it and clean their guitar off and be like, "Oh, look at me, I can play this." And I'm like, I literally don't care. Like, I don't know where my Strat is. It's a tool. Like, I like it to be clean, but if it gets a dink, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm playing my guitar. It's a tool. It's being used. But yeah, for that reason, if you play a Music Man, you're probably an arsehole.
Shout out Louis.
Shout out
on
Louis.
bass.
That's different. The
Stingray
is a tool.
Yeah.
And it's got a very specific sound. Another One Bites the Dust was recorded on the Stingray.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you. I've never been a fan of the Music Men's. Music Men's. I just don't get them.
No.
I've never been a fan of them. I don't know why.
They play great.
It's the headstock for me. The headstock looks super weird. Yeah, I've just never been huge on them. And in like John Mayer's Strat, I weren't huge on that either. I just saw it and I was like, that doesn't look right.
Do you know anything about ESP?
No.
Okay, so they're also metal guitars.
Okay.
But I think of Metallica when I think of them. So they've got these kind of guitars. When I was growing up, a lot of people I knew had them because they're affordable, and they're great. Like them ones were really great. Like 300, 400 pounds, you could get a guitar with active pickups, which I don't like, but they were always great. If you play metal, great, and people like hold on to them for ages. They don't be like, oh, I need to get the next model. It's like this still does the job that I need it to do. So for that very reason, I'm going to put them in C tier.
Nice.
If I played one today, I probably wouldn't like it, but
EVH guitars.
yeah, we can put that with Eddie Van Halen's awesome. Love his music, don't like his guitars.
Well, we got our first S of the video.
Yeah, let's do.
Bloody love Fender, man.
Do you know what we should do?
What?
A tier list of Fender guitars.
And Gibsons? Or just
No,
Fender?
just Fender, and then we could do Gibson separately.
God, there really aren't that many stinker Fenders.
No,
unless you go,
unless
you go by like decades, because like there's like some bad years of Strats and stuff like that.
It's bad years of all of them.
Yeah,
Fender's great. Sorry, go on.
yeah. Like, where would we be without the Strat and the Telly?
Yep.
Without the Jag and the Jazz? Like,
Yeah.
And then the P bass.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The jazz bass.
Yeah.
Mate.
Iconic instruments. On pretty much 50 to probably more. Like 50% of music is probably like a P bass or a jazz bass.
Yeah, this is the bit with Strats. It's like you can go from Biffy Clyro and Floyd to Chic, and Earth, Wind and Fire, and like it's spanky, it's big, it's subtle. It is probably the most versatile instrument.
What, Strat?
Yeah,
I'd argue a Telly.
yeah.
Telly's probably more versatile than a Strat.
Yeah,
but a Strat can do everything.
You got Jim Root playing tellies, and then you got like folk players playing tellies, and then you
country,
got
metal, jazz. Yeah, they're great for everything.
Fender, man, is Fender. Maybe Gibson, but I'd probably say Fender are probably the biggest guitar brand in the world.
Well, Fender own a lot of brands, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah,
and one of those is Squier.
Mm-hmm.
And genuinely, one of my first guitars was a Squier that my mum bought for me for £30, and that guitar was incredible. And
my first guitar was a Squier.
Yeah, so and they are great. And if I didn't have a Fender Strat, I'd probably buy a Squier and just upgrade the tuners.
Do you know, I've just deeped. Other than my Taylor, I've never owned a guitar that isn't a Fender or a Squier. I went from my Squier Telly to a Squier Telly Deluxe, to my Jag, my Fender Jag, to my Strat, to my current Strat.
Yeah, that was right. Anyway, moving on. GNL. Do you know anything about GNL?
I do not. That does not look like a guitar brand, though. That looks like a hairdresser's.
Hang on, Yeah, so I believe...
In a thing called love?
Yes. It is GNL. Yeah, they build guitars in the old Fender factory in California.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if Leo Fender moved over with them because he wanted to create more perfect guitars. But I can't remember. But they do make guitars in that factory. I've played some, and to me they play like every other Fender Strat, Fender Telly copy. And they're quite affordable, £500, £600.
Okay.
And for that price, you can buy Mexican Strat. So it's like, I don't get it. They're fine. Not for me.
Yeah.
And for that, I can't put it with you.
For that reason, I'm out.
Now I'm going to put them in B tier, to be fair, because it's a Strat. It's like, it's not a Fender, but it's a
nearly.
Fender. Yeah. I might be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong.
S tier.
I don't really like Gibsons.
What?
I don't.
Do you not?
It's not so. Pretty much all of my favorite music, rock and all of this stuff, Gibsons, and then they sound great, and then I play Gibson, and I'm like, I don't like this. I don't sound good through this, and I don't know why. And I look at the price tags of them, and then I feel the quality control of them, and I'm like, this just doesn't add up to me.
I will give you that. Their pricing, when I look at Fenders, I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, they used exotic woods,
Yeah,
so that bumps it up.
but why? How can I buy a? And granted, I didn't actually like it. An American Pro, like the top range Strat that's just come out for 1,700, but then I can buy a basic bottom standard Les Paul
Yeah,
for 1,700. Is that what's happened there?
I can list on one hand how many Gibsons that I've truly liked playing, whereas Fenders is hundreds.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go on.
2.
What are they?
Clint's Red
Yeah.
Les Paul and Jack's Les Paul Jr.
Yeah, Jack's Les Paul, the burst one was fine. I wouldn't own it personally. Other than that, acoustics maybe. I like the acoustics. The acoustics are great.
I didn't even think of the acoustics.
I want to make this clear. Gibson as a company and what they've done for rock and roll music, S tier. As a personal beef that I have with Gibsons, I don't.
Well, to be fair, you say that for like 2010 to 2020, Gibson were not in a good place. They were running their company to the ground.
They made some terrible guitars, and
Yeah.
it was more longer than that. It was probably for the 2000s as well.
Yeah.
They I'm not trying to put politics into this, but I don't necessarily like this. Where they sourced their woods from was not good.
Yeah.
They fixed that now. They've got new leaders and they seem to be doing a good job. The guitars seem to be better quality. So, whatever. I'm going to put an S tier. Would I own one? Yes.
Yeah.
I'd own an SG.
I do really want... my ultimate guitar is a 335, a Cherry 335.
I'm going to make this as short. Les Pauls are the most overrated guitar of all time. There we go.
Damn.
Godin, Canadian company.
You're a fan.
I'm a fan. I owned a Godin acoustic.
You
It
did.
was great.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I didn't have to sell it. I sold it because I never played it.
Because you needed a bass.
No. I didn't play it because I needed a bass. It's just I don't really play acoustic guitars,
Yeah.
and it was a Fifth Avenue. It didn't have the pickup, so it was just a hollow body, but it was like rock and roll rockabilly style, and that's not really that usable.
Do you remember Keith's one when we went to play the Les Paul?
That was the Fifth Avenue.
It was the white Les Paul Jr. That was a Godin. No, sorry. It was the red one,
It was
wasn't
red.
it?
Yeah, with
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool. Super cool guitars.
I can't actually remember what that white Les Paul was. That was cool though.
That was a white Falcon. It was a copy.
No, not that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah, the Godin. Anytime I play the Godin, it's been solid.
Yeah, but I'm going to put an A. This is my personal list. Below Epiphone, yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
Yes.
Oh, Gretsch. Gretsch makes some great guitars, man.
Yeah.
Oh, really? The thing, when you go cheap Gretsch,
some of them are really
feels
bad.
really cheap.
Not so much now, but it's the same as Gibson. Did you know that Fender and Gretsch?
I didn't.
Okay. They might not do anymore, but they used to. If you ever played the mid-range £300 to £700 hollow bodies, you'll know what he's talking about. They feel like plastic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna have to bump it down for that, mate.
Yeah. Because they do make some really nice guitars.
Countryman is beautiful, but
The White Falcon's great.
yeah, some of my favorite bands ever play Gretsch, Beatles.
Yeah. Some of their hollow bodies are so nice. Thingy from Stone Roses, John Squier.
Yeah.
Had this really nice red gold hardware. I can't remember which one it was. There are some great Gretches out there, but the low, even like the cheaper version of your Jet.
It's not a Jet.
Not a Jet, sorry.
The
the
Jets
Jets.
version.
Yeah,
The Jets are super cool.
when you get like the cheap ones,
Yeah,
they feel like arse.
They do.
They're not nice, and it's just like, and it's like when we go on to like Squier in a second, like that's where I'm like, granted you get some really bad Squiers,
Yep.
but you can get some great Squiers,
Yep.
and that's where I'm like like Gretsch, you could probably be doing a bit better there.
What's super cool about Gretsch is you have Fender that do their own thing, you have Gibson that do their own thing, and they don't compete with either of them.
Yeah.
Gretsch are completely their own thing, completely their own sound, completely their own feel, and they're awesome. It's like you got so many other brands like Dan Electro. I don't think is on here that are doing their own thing, but like they're so like niche that you wouldn't use it in a day to day. Whereas a Gretsch, I could play metal on a Gretsch, I could play jazz on a Gretsch.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, Gretsch are their own thing.
Which is why I went S tier with it.
Yeah.
But you're right about the cheaper models. They're a bit. But
Nasty.
as an entry level guitar, fine. Ibanez, oh mate, we've got a theme here. Cheap level guitars. Ibanez probably makes the best cheap level guitars. Genuinely, like the £200, 1 to 3, 4, 500. Say 1 to 500 range. Them guitars are class for the price. You can't go wrong with them. I've owned a few Ibanez's, and there's nothing wrong with them. It's just I just grew out of one of them because it was like white and metal and dive bomby, and then I had a hollow body, which was great. It's just I don't really like humbuckers, so I got rid of it. So I'm gonna put them in B tier. Ibanez make great stuff. The cheap basses are great as well.
I came so close to buying a cheap Ibanez bass once. It was like 120 quid.
I know so many bass players that have them and still use them. Like they bought them as their first bass, but they're like, it's still usable.
Yeah, they've got ones that have like a bit of a stingray body shape to them, and I came really close to buying one of them.
Great, love Ibanez. Jackson, did you know they're owned by Fender as well?
No, I did not know that.
You know Jackson guitars though, right?
Yeah.
They come out a few years ago, I think before COVID, with like some really cheap models, and they're really cool. Like really cheap, like £100-200 range, single pickup with like one volume pot. I think George has one. With all the crazy colours, yellow, purple. You know. Where would I put them? C tier.
Sure.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't really like
the
Jackson.
quality control on them isn't great as well. If you know, you know. The frets, it's the frets. Legato.
Don't know that one.
I have no idea. LTD makes some cool stuff. I don't really like them. But they're not bad. I can't recall what they were. I think they make some metal guitars. I think a friend of mine in school had one. It was white with EMG pickups, and it was fine. So I'm going to put those there. Martin is obviously S tier.
Yeah.
Acoustics. The problem with acoustics is the more you spend, generally the better the guitar is.
Yeah, we said about this before, actually. It's like with electrics. So a great example, I spent nearly $2,000 on a Strat, and I don't even think I had it a year before I sold it because it sucked.
Yeah.
It was like an American Pro with like the little push-in volume pots and stuff like that. And it was way too perfect. Like it was like spongy and like too clear. It was plastic fantastic.
It had noiseless pickups on it. And the things that make Strats great is the 60 hum or 50 hum, whatever the pip behind the was.
It sucked. So I sold it, and then we went into the same shop I bought it in, and some guy had brought in his whole guitar collection. And
Beautiful guitars.
Yeah, and one of them was a Sonic Grey Strat, which is one I've been looking for, which is what I wanted to go in and buy when I bought the other one. So it was like pretty much fate. It was meant to be, and it was 100 less than what I sold the other one for.
Yeah.
So I was like,
just a sideways.
So we went in to try a pedal. We went in to try the Dimension.
We went in to try the MX bass DI, MXR bass DI.
Okay.
And then we tried the Dimension.
Yeah. And I bought the Dimension there.
Yeah.
And I said, let me think about the Strat. And I just kept saying to him, I was like, I can't stop thinking about that Strat. Yeah. It's, you know, every guitar player, every guitar player knows, you just hit that E, and it's just like, oh no, it's like I got to buy this guitar.
I don't know if you know this. I didn't play my guitar when I bought my Strat.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You just got lucky then.
I saw it on eBay, and I just knew it was a good guitar.
Yeah.
I just looked at it and I was like, that's a good guitar.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just tell.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard. Like, it's risky doing that, but
Don't do that. I
Yeah.
would recommend that.
yeah, I remember we were at the guitar show you were talking about earlier, and we played this £23,000 60s Strat,
Yeah, it was
And
a
it-
64 Strat.
and it is the worst guitar I've ever played in my life.
Yeah, but it probably wasn't looked after.
It really was not looked after at all. It was
Yeah.
it was horrible to play. What were we talking about? Who were we talking about? Martin.
Yeah, expensive
Yeah.
guitars. So with acoustics, the reason that they get more expensive is because you have to spend more time like tuning them, getting the wood length, like wood thicknesses right, and the right woods. And then if you source the right woods, they can be super expensive. And it's just the craftsmanship.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that cheap acoustics aren't bad. Like Epiphone acoustics, I have a £110 12-string upstairs, and it sounds great.
There's a company called Orangewood who make great acoustics that are super affordable. And then a great example as well is like I've got a Taylor that it doesn't record well.
It doesn't play well.
It doesn't play well. But like when I bought it in the shop, it was between the Taylor I got and a Martin, and it was just the Martin I was playing. It wasn't nice. So I went for the Taylor, and I wish I just waited a bit longer now.
Yeah.
Just like, because it was back when I didn't know what I was getting. Because the guy, I walked in, I was like, I want to get an acoustic. And he was like, do you want like a Dreadnought, or do you want like a... I was like,
What?
yeah, I don't know. So he was like, just play these. And then, yeah. So like, we don't really have an acoustic that records well in here.
No. Martin, send us an acoustic.
Yeah, please. But then like, we borrowed a Gibson, which is in our live session for a song called Backseat Breakdown. And my God, that thing recorded unbelievably well. So yeah, Martins are really expensive for a reason. They just to get an acoustic guitar that plays well live is very, very hard to do, and they always seem to be Martins.
Yeah, and recording wells as well.
Yeah.
If you've never had the experience of hearing like an older Martin, acoustic Martin, and you love guitars, it's genuinely moving. Some of those, the sound that comes out of them is just, it's heavenly. Anyway, enough of that.
Mayonnaise.
I don't know anything about mayonnaise
Mayo.
guitars. I don't know anything about guitars. Ovation. Novation.
I ain't standing.
Is it Novation? We didn't make this list. Ovation? Yes, Ovation. Okay. Novation make I hate these guitars.
I took a turn.
If you've ever played an acoustic guitar with a round back live, standing on stage, it is the most miserable experience that you've ever had in your life.
Oh, yeah. I remember a guy I went to college with called Jake had one of these. Yeah, I never played it.
Yeah. If you play an Ovation, I'm sorry.
Oh, bro, I don't like PRS.
So my problem with PRS is fundamentally they are killer guitars. They sound great. They look great. It's just the people that play them are the problem.
It's the same as Music Man, isn't
Yeah.
it? PRS are Music Man, right?
No.
Oh.
The guy who makes the PRS guitar, like Paul Reed Smith, I've watched a lot of interviews with him. He seems like the coolest guy ever. He has such a love and genuine passion for guitars. And like if you own one and you have problems with it, he'll help you. And he's like really active on social media and like forums and stuff with helping people, which is awesome. I love that. Shame about the guitars though. Shame about the players.
So John Mayer's is a PRS, not a Music Man.
It is a PRS, yeah. The Silver Sky.
Yeah.
It's just a money ploy, isn't it? They're not very... We played one. We played one at the guitar show in Birmingham, and it was rubbish.
I've never been a fan of PRSs. Just... this is what I'm... Like, they're headstocks. I'm just not... I don't know what it is. They just don't look right to me. They look really weird. And then, like you say, anytime I see people that play them, they just shred. And they're like... And I'm like... Ugh.
There are some guitar... Like, jazz guitarists... They quite often play PRSs, like...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I've lost it.
Same as like people that play for like pop stars
Yeah,
as well. They play PRSs just because they're super like you don't have to fight it.
genuinely, probably one of the most consistent guitars I've ever played. We've put Fender in S tier, but Fender, genuinely, some of the worst guitars I've ever played have been Fenders. Some of the worst guitars I've ever played have been Gibsons. But some of the best guitars I've played have been Fenders, whereas PRS are really, really, really consistent. And that's great. If I was playing a PRS and it blew up and I went and bought the same model, I probably wouldn't even notice it changed. Yeah. So I'm going to put them in C tier.
Yeah.
I won't own one. I might own one. We'll see.
They're too expensive.
Yeah. Schecter.
Schecters
are cool, man. Do you know Schecters?
Yes.
Yeah. Who's the guitarist of Bullet for My Valentine?
Joey.
Shout out Joey.
I don't know. I have no idea. If it's Joey, that's insane. I've literally just said the first name that comes to my head.
Hell yeah.
Is that him there?
Sam Park Knopfler. Oh my god.
Yeah, no thanks.
I've played those guitars. They're cool. Would I own one? No. One of the things that gave me a massive respect for Schecter is Rob Scallon went to the factory and did a tour of it, and like the amount of effort that they genuinely put into making those guitars is astounding. And they have really affordable guitars which are really great. So it's hard for me to be like, I can't put these low because it genuinely they're great.
Yeah.
The good guitars. Would I own one? No. So bottom of D tier, top of D tier. That's really great. I like that one.
Not a clue.
DLA guitars. No idea. We'll move on. Controversial. I'm gonna put Squier in S tier.
S tier?
Yep. I think
for their Infinity series.
In 90s, the Infinity series is class. I own a bass, which only last year I replaced.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I had a P bass, which was, I think I bought for £110 in like 2010. And that bass is from 96. And it's been through hell.
Yeah.
It's been through hell. It doesn't work right now because it's been through hell. But what did I replace it with?
Oh, it's not there.
It was right here.
It's right there.
Fender P bass. It's I replaced it with the same thing. It's like,
yeah, man.
If you're in a studio and you need a jazz bass, buy a Squier. If you need a P bass, buy a Squier. Genuinely, the basses alone are class. You own one?
Yeah.
Is there anything wrong with it?
Many things, but that's because it's been in my studio,
okay, fair enough,
unplayed for a long, long time.
But all of the things that you'd want. So the frets are great. It intonates great. And this is, by the way, I've played so many. I've played like the cheapest Squiers, basses, and like top end classic vibe series. All of them have been amazing. And I've not once been like, oh, you know what, the finish on this is bad. You know, the frets are bad. Oh, it doesn't intonate very well. Maybe a little bit, but it's like I've played Fenders and been like, oh, you know, the intonation's not bad, good on this or whatever. So yeah, for that alone, classic vibe series, incredible guitars. Yeah. Some of them are genuinely better than a lot of Fenders.
Yeah, honestly, if you're looking to get a guitar,
and you've got £300 to £500,
don't go for bottom tier Fender.
Get a classic vibe, yeah.
Get the top tier Squier stuff because it is really good.
It's such a shame that it's like the snobbery of it all. So if we played on stage and we was all running Squiers, they'd be like, oh, they're amateurs or whatever. But it's like, I just know it's a good guitar. If I sound good, it plays good.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Super affordable to like mid-range to high-range guitars. S tier, like you can't go wrong with Squier. That being said, there are Squiers that suck.
There are Squiers that suck.
And but like these guitars probably cost £30 to make.
Yeah, I mean the guitars in my studio right now. I have my first guitar, which was a Squier Telly, my second guitar, which was a Squier Tele Deluxe, and then my bass is a Squier P bass.
Yep.
So I've got 3 Squiers in my studio, and then my main guitar is a Fender Strat. So yeah, I'm a bit biased.
Yeah. If you own one and you're like, oh, I don't know where to go, do I buy Fender? Just upgrade your guitar. Like, they're literally the same as Fenders. Like, the woods, obviously, lower quality. Replace tuners.
Yeah.
First thing, replace your tuners, and then replace your bridge if you can. And then genuinely your guitar will be so much better. And get it set up. Take it to Gig Gear in Harlow to be set up.
Yeah, if you're in America, fly over it.
Fly over here.
Come to Gig Gear.
Yeah, shout out Gig Gear. Yeah, Squiere's great. Genuinely.
Any idea what that is?
No idea. It looks like some food brand or something.
Underbar?
I don't like Taylors.
Yeah, you've never been a fan. There's some really nice Taylors out there. But, I mean, going off my Taylor, I don't like my Taylor.
I've never played a Taylor that I've liked. I've never heard a Taylor that I've liked. So, why are they, like, so expensive?
Yeah. It's. I would love to be able to fight for Taylor here because I own one. And, I don't know what's happened. I've just really fallen out of love with what they do. It's anytime I play them as well, I'm just not blown away. I've played some really nice acoustics like that Gibson, and it's just it should be easy to play.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like you just got to fight a Taylor.
If Taylor's price tags were 30% less, I'd probably praise them more.
Yeah, I'd put Taylors on the same as some like Epiphone. Some Epiphone acoustics. They're pretty much the same, like level wise, but the Epiphone ones are way cheaper. I don't know where they go. Maybe top of D.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's like, would I rather have a Schecter than a Taylor? Yes. Would I rather have
well, it's if Schecter done acoustics.
They really do, actually. I'm going to put them below Schecter.
Okay. If anyone wants to buy a Taylor, let me know.
I have no idea what that is.
No idea. Squiggly. Get out of here.
So we didn't make this list.
Yeah. Get out of here.
It might be something we recognise if it was zoomed out. Yamaha.
So I really like Yamaha guitars.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, go on.
Which is it? The Rev Star, it's called.
Yeah, I believe so.
We played one at that guitar show, and we were trying out the new Line 6 XL Stomp. And they were like, here's a guitar. Yes. And I'd never played one before. And I just like strummed. And I looked down and was like, oh, this is really nice. Yeah, I think they're great. I know you're not a fan.
Of Yamaha guitars?
Yeah. No, of the Rev Star.
No, I think it's going along with PRS. I've played a handful of them. I've heard a bunch of them because a lot of guitarists play them now. Super consistent. It's got almost its own thing. It's obviously very, very Gibson inspired. Say what you want about that. But Yamaha make quality stuff. We spoke about in our drum one. Genuinely just make really good stuff. It's strong, it's steady. Yamaha Pacifica
I was just about
is one of the most affordable all-round great guitars that you could buy.
I was literally gonna, when you stopped saying, go, do you know what they do, mate? The Pacifica, the Strat. Because Alan's first guitar when we were coming up was a Pacifica, and then he got a Fender Strat. They're great.
They are great. They're super affordable. You could probably find one on like Marketplace or something for £100 if you're lucky.
That's probably one of the best suggestions. If you're getting into guitar,
just get Yamaha Pacifica.
A Yamaha Pacifica is one of the best shouts.
Yeah, there's no like with Squiers, if you can genuinely have a great guitar, but you can also have a stinker.
Yeah.
Whereas Yamaha's like just so consistently good.
Yeah.
I know guitarists who got a Pacifica and was just every step of the journey was like, I don't need a different guitar. This does what I want it to do. And then it's like they do that, and then some of them bought a Gibson or bought a really nice Fender Telecaster.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you're jumping from Yamaha to Telecaster, it's like, well, there's obviously something good going on here, isn't there? So I'm going to put these in A tier.
Back it. Oh, hello. That's new.
Oh, You've seen under the hood. We use Logic to record. Cort.
They suck, didn't they?
Yeah.
The only knowledge I have of Cort guitars are Cort acoustics, and they're just them cheap ones that people that just for some reason, you know them when you go around someone's house and they for some reason just have a guitar in the corner that's really dusty with old strings. It's usually a Cort.
Yeah. I think they make what? I've never seen these before. This is what I know.
I've
seen
I
these.
know
These
them ones.
suck so much.
Every secondary school has a Cort.
Yeah.
Or a Squier.
I don't know about these. Maybe these are cool. I don't like the headstock.
X-Cort.
Yeah. They just remind me of like BC Rich and those kind of.
Yeah, Cort isn't. Cort
Schecter.
is not doing too well in our tier list. What the hell?
I don't know. That looks good. It looks tasty. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put you in E tier.
We need to get you a Barbie guitar.
I just need a pink guitar, to be honest.
White pickup.
I'll tell you. I don't know if you know this. I showed you it. I'm gonna bring it up. Oh God, what's it called?
Yeah, you showed me this.
I did show you this.
Yeah.
I want this guitar so much.
Yeah, that's super cool. What is going on with the back?
I have no idea. I don't care. Like a banjo.
Yeah. It's got like a bag on it.
That's for when you go shopping.
Yeah, that guitar's seen some stuff. That's super cool.
I gave Gibson a lot of slander. Double cutaway. Les Paul Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Or a SG with a single P90.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean...
you said you gave Gibson a lot of slander.
Yeah.
You said Fender.
Oh, sorry. Give Gibson a lot of slander. But yeah, I want one of those guitars.
Yeah.
Just because I think SGs are criminally underrated. And I hate that people just constantly associate them with AC/DC.
They are super cool, man. I love an SG.
Look how beautiful this guitar is. Anyway. Where was we? We've done our tier list.
Well, that's done. Yeah.
Let us know what you think about this. I imagine it would put if some kind of metalhead does this, it would be completely upside down.
Like literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Guitars are weird, man. Because I mean, I'll give an example. My mum always says like, "Surely you don't need another guitar," or like they just do the same thing, didn't they? No. Literally not at all. He's got a Fender Stratocaster. I have a Fender Stratocaster.
Completely different.
They are worlds apart guitars.
Completely different ends of the spectrum of
completely
pricing.
different. If we need a clean Strat tone, we'll grab my one. If we need something that will hit you in the gut, we'll go with his one.
Mine sounds more like a telly.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
And it's the same with a Telecaster. Like a Telecaster can be mean.
Yeah.
But it can
really
also
mean.
be super nice.
Yeah.
It's like you go to guitar shops and you play loads of guitars, and the reason that some people now and then they just come home with a guitar is because sometimes I remember I was in Carter Vintage Guitars in Nashville. And if you've ever been there, oh my God, it's like a museum of the best guitars you've ever seen. Sweet Home Alabama guitar is on a wall in there.
That's cool.
It's crazy. And I wanted to test out some pedals, and they were like, "Oh, just grab whatever guitar you want." I'm like,
whatever guitar you want.
So I grabbed a $22,000 like original Jazzmaster, and I started playing it. And oh my God, best guitar I've ever played. And I was just like, no one, like, oh, imagine having the money to buy this thing. It's beautiful. It's so good. And then, like, I'll come over here and play a Jazzmaster, and it sucks.
Yep.
And it's just like, oh, that was so good. How is this so bad? I don't know what it is, man. It's the woods. It's the lacquer. It's the paint. It's like there's full on YouTube videos of people that like go into in depth like experiments of paint color being making it different tones.
It doesn't.
Like there's like people that will truly believe that, like, oh, a black will be like a darker tone, and it's like mentally maybe, but like probably not. No,
You just think that way.
Yeah.
So it is super weird.
There's so many things that go into what makes a guitar great.
Because fundamentally, it's like if I put the same pickups in the same guitar, and like then put it into a different guitar, it would just sound different.
Yeah.
And it's like it doesn't make sense. It just shouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
But there's so much to it. It's all like psycho, whatever. And it's like if I think, like you said, if yours is like bright purple and mine's black, I'm thinking differently. So I'm playing it differently. So I'm like, oh, it sounds different because I'm playing different.
Yep.
So it's like maybe it does make a difference.
It is weird. And in like neck size, if the neck's too chunky, you're not going to enjoy playing it. Therefore, overall, you're not going to enjoy the tone of it.
Shape of the neck.
Yep.
Do you like chunky necks?
No.
Okay. I like chunky necks.
Not huge on them at all. That's why I quite like playing his Strat because he's got like a
V shape.
V shape.
Yeah, it's a soft V.
Yeah, and it's super comfy to play.
Yeah, it was weird to get around that.
Yeah, but then I remember, Cam has an Epiphone SG, and the neck on it is ginormous, and I hated it. And it's just like little things like that. It's just like you immediately dislike. There's so many little things that go into loving a guitar.
Anyway, if you enjoyed that, let us know in the comments.
Like and subscribe. We're in a band called Meet Arthur. Go check us out.
Yeah.
Fender, Gibson, Martin, and Squier.
Gretsch, Epiphone, Godin, Yamaha, Ibanez. Anyone on this list, if you send us anything, you are S tier.
Yeah. No, anyone at the top, like, you're welcome, man. Like, send us some free stuff. Anyone at the bottom, prove us wrong by sending us stuff, and we'll try it. And if you want to let us keep it, that's just easy bump ups.
Yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, comment.
Square lights.